My name is Raquel Chantal, and I'm almost 82 years old. I loved all the phases of development in my life, but I think I love being old the most because I feel the most settled, the most calm. When you're young, you're worried about what you're going to do in life, but I was a lot more judgmental of myself. I was more critical. And I have learned to forgive myself a lot more. So that when I make mistakes, I accept them. And as I accept to be imperfect, I accept others to be imperfect. So it makes it a lot easier. I was pretty hard on myself. And it is so much easier now that I'm older and I don't. I mean, as I get nicer to myself, I get nicer to other people. And there's just a calmness about being old that is very comfortable. When I was growing up, God was out there. And as I got older, God became more here. And the other day I was thinking, I'm not so close to God anymore. And I realized, no, God is more inside me than ever. So it doesn't feel that I have to reach for God. And how much more at ease. I used to be panic about dying. When I realized I was going to die, it was overwhelmingly frightened. I couldn't get in the shower because it felt like a coffin. I was so frightened, and it has become easier and easier to accept death. When I turned 80, I thought, it could happen anytime. And I'm no longer frightened. Of course, I don't know what it's going to be like, but it doesn't matter. It's part of life. It's either another stage or it's nothing, but it doesn't matter anymore. I'm not so frightened. Not that it has nothing to do with believing in God. Because believing in God doesn't have anything to do with afterlife or the God that I believe in. I'm more skeptical about thinking that there is a reward because I'm good here. I want to be good here because that pleases me. I mean, good. I want to better myself. And I find that as I'm older, there's still that desire. I don't feel like I have learned it all. And every day or every week, I find that there's something else to learn. And that it is important what I do in this life, not because I'm going to be rewarded in another life, because I have no idea what's going to happen. I used to believe more. And maybe this is when I thought I'm not so close to God, because I thought there would be not so much a reward, but there would be something after I die. And the older I get, the more I don't know, the more I doubt whether there is. But it doesn't really matter. It's not frightening. I think everybody, at one point or another in their life, has a realization that they're mortal. For some of them come very early, and for some of them don't come so early. But it is frightening the first time you realize it, that you're no longer going to be. So if I were to give an advice to young people who are very frightened of dying, I would say, Life is kind. Life prepares you. Life sort of teaches you to accept that death is part of life.